gentlemen, welcome to the Inside Scoop. I'm your host, Bubba. Along with me is my cohort, Joey. Joe, how you doing today?
I'm fine.
You ready for St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, well, I'm Irish, so I'm ready for it.
You ready for it? Did you go vote?
No.
You didn't vote?
No.
Hope everyone voted this past Super Tuesday. That's actually a match we'll be adding to WrestleMania. Donald Trump against Joe Biden. President Biden. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, Nikki Haley's dropped out of the race for those who haven't been watching the news. Well, I can't believe it's already March. Can you believe it?
No.
We're on the road to WrestleMania, the big holiday, the big wrestling pay-per-view extravaganza. It's going off on April 6th and 7th, correct? Mm-hmm. I know Joe will get to them in a few minutes. There's been a couple of matches already mentioned. We have a couple of potential matches setting up to it.
4 for that.
Yeah, we'll get more matches as the weeks go on here, but we can make some early predictions if you'd like to. I'm going to. Anyhow, let's start our day off with, as we often do, with our wrestling birthdays. For those who go on the internet, don't forget to check out my good friend Vic Salagosta's website with Brittany. Wrestling Forum. He often mentions wrestling birthdays and gives us little tidbits and wrestling sniglets from years ago. Excellent site to see information on that. Keeping Joe awake over here.
Okay, first off is Bertha Faye.
Bertha Faye, yes.
Her birthday was February 21st.
Yes, former WWE F champion, believe it or not. She was a champion at one time.
And this next one was mentioned at the Elimination. It was the day of the Elimination Chamber.
Yes. Corey
Graves.
Yes. Corey's supposed to was just released to go back wrestling. I wonder if we'll see Corey Graves in the ring.
His birthday is February 24th, and he's 40.
Wow.
The first 16-time champ, Ric Flair.
Woo. How old is Rick now?
His birthday is February 25th, 75.
Oh, 75.
3/4 of a century. Next is Maria Kanellis, who we only knew as Maria.
Yes, I've met Maria Kanellis actually.
February 25th, and she's 42.
Wife of Mike Bennett, mother of 2. Currently works at, I think they work at AEW. Oh no, they work at TNA, don't they?
I have no idea where they are.
I know that they're working somewhere. I've met them a couple of times.
Gorilla Monsoon's late son, Joey Morello, referee. Yes. Joey Morello.
Referee Joey Morello.
His birthday was February 28th. Matter of fact, this year marks the 30th anniversary of his death, too.
How old? How long?
30 years.
30 years?
He was 31 when he died.
Wow.
He would have been 61 this year.
Wow. Can't believe Joey Morello has been gone 30 years.
WCW star Norman Smiley.
Norman Smiley, who actually works at WWE still as a trainer. People don't know that. Works on the Performance Center.
February 28th, 59. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Another gentleman, one of the nicest men I've ever met.
February 28th.
Met him in West Warwick in matches. I actually stood right next to him. Talked to him for about a minute or so by myself.
71.
He looked good for 71 because he was actually in the ring at 68 there when I saw him 3 years ago.
The missing member of New Day, Big E. March 1st, 38.
Wow, Big E's, he is older than he looks.
General Adnan.
General Adnan, who just passed away.
His was March 1st.
Last year, General.
Another former WCW star who was part of Raven's flock, Scotty Riggs.
Okay, I remember him.
March 1st, 53. The lady wrestler temporarily came back, but she's totally disappeared now. Emma.
Emma got cut again from WWE. That's why you haven't seen her.
March 1st. She's 35.
Yeah, she came back and she was cut again.
Deborah, Stone Cold's former wife.
Deborah McMichael.
March 2nd, 64.
Can't believe Deborah's already 64. Wow.
Lance Cade.
I remember Lance Cade.
March 2nd. Former member of the original Nexus, Justin Gabriel. March 3rd, 43. Ivar, March 3rd.
Wasn't Justin Gabriel once part of the Rose Pack as the bunny? I heard.
I have no idea.
He had played the bunny for a while on the Rosebuds.
Ivar, the guy's been getting his butt pinned 3 times so far.
Ivar, local kid.
March 3rd, 40.
Yeah, Todd Smith's been around for a lot of years.
Got one more. Val Venus, March 6th, 53.
Sean Morley, I think is his
Morley.
Morley, I think is his real
Morley.
name. Yes. He's 56. I didn't know he was
53.
53. I don't think he wrestles anymore. I don't think he's even in the business. I don't think he made
Maybe he got choppy.
Be nice. I remember the whole scenario. What else of a negative side of everything? It's always some of the wrestlers who've passed. Happy birthday to all of them. Like I said, some of these have been listed. You can see some of these on Wrestling Forum. Look at, there was one that was mentioned that wasn't, you didn't mention there, but it was just on Facebook. I can't think of the name who it was. I'm drawing a blank at the moment. But just had a birthday.
I didn't see anything on Facebook about another person.
Well, it's on WrestlingForum.com. You can go on that site and download it. It's a very good one. You'd probably enjoy it.
3 wrestlers that all died in the same week.
Yeah, we can mention all wrestlers who've passed. One of the original 4 Horsemen, I know. One of them.
Yeah. We also lost an actor and comedian, too. First, the original member of the 4 Horsemen, Ole Anderson.
Ole Anderson, along with Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, and Tully Blanchard. Actually, the original one wasn't even Tully. I think it was Gene Anderson, who was one of the original members of the 4 Horsemen. His brother.
Next is the $1 Million Man's former bodyguard, Virgil.
Yes, he just passed away. I think I mentioned that last show. He had a couple of strokes, and he didn't revive from them. I had met Virgil years ago here in I believe it was in Framingham at a seminar I went to. I spoke to him for a few minutes. Very soft-spoken. He's pretty easygoing, pretty laid back.
Next we got actor, comedian Richard Lewis.
Yes, did a lot of shows, a lot of TV shows. Funny guy. Richard Lewis was a pretty funny guy.
I remember seeing him doing TV commercials for something years ago.
I can't remember. What kind of lie do you tell you?
And finally, Luna Vachon's dad, Butcher Vachon.
The Butcher, Paul Vachon. He just passed, I think, a couple days ago?
Yeah, I know it was last week.
He was 80, I think. Wasn't he 83 or 4?
Something around there, yeah.
The Butcher, Paul Vachon. Well, rest in peace to all of our wrestlers who passed, and Richard Lewis, a great actor. But the one that hits me probably the most is the one I met. I met Virgil. His real name was Mike Jones, I believe was his real name.
Yes,
It was mentioned. Sad. Well, if you remember last show, folks, if you saw it, it was the same day as the Elimination Chamber. We gave our predictions for it. Let's see how well our predictions came. I'm sure Joey has the results of those. We'll slowly go over them.
All right, we'll start off with the women's chamber match.
Good match. Real good wrestling all the way around.
Which was Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez. And the man won, Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch, which I called. I think you called it too.
Yeah, I did.
Who was the first one eliminated in that match? It was Naomi, which kind of shocked me a little bit. I think she got a little bit of a push just coming back.
Yeah, there was 4 married women in that match. In that match.
Raquel Rodriguez is not married.
Yes, she is.
She is?
I found out she's married to Braun Strowman.
She is?
It popped up on Facebook weeks ago. Yeah.
Whoa, okay. I did not know that.
I didn't know either. Next is the men's elimination chamber, which had Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, and LA Knight, and McIntyre won.
McIntyre won a little controversially, but he won.
Yeah, a little help.
From Logan Paul.
Yeah, with the knucks.
Unbelievable. There was a good wrestling match until then. I think they kind of ruined it by letting Logan Paul use the brass knuckles in that match. Randy Orton had beaten Logan Paul and RKO'd him. He put the knucks on, Randy Orton RKO'd him. He's sitting in the corner of the cage and wouldn't leave and claiming, "Oh, I'm injured, I can't move." Because they showed like an after unseen voice film on that on one of the shows. I think it was SmackDown. And he wasn't really hurt. He was just sitting there waiting for his time. That was a good match too. And I remember Bobby Lashley, which totally shocked me, was the first one eliminated in that. That's totally shocking. A man of that caliber be eliminated first. And of course, AJ Styles came in against LA Knight. We'll talk more about that later. That's probably going to end up being a match now at WrestleMania. I can sense that all the way.
Next, we got the Raw Women's title, Rhea Ripley against Nia Jax, and Judgment Day won on that one.
Okay, you jumped ahead.
No, she's part of Judgment Day. So.
Rhea
Ripley.
Good match. Back and forth. And she got her up for a partial riptide. It wasn't a full one, but she got her up. She's a big girl. Almost 300-pound girl she gave her a riptide to. And you missed the one match. The tag team match. Wasn't there a tag team match in that?
Yeah. I haven't even got to that one yet anyway. Next was the men's tag titles with Finn Balor and Priest, Damian Priest against Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, and Balor and Priest won. Yep,
Judgment Day won that match. That was a good wrestling match too. All good wrestling. It wasn't anything bad about the whole Elimination Chamber. Good wrestling all around. Unbelievable stuff they were doing. I mean, Bobby Lashley goring, spearing Logan Paul through one of the pods. He took a beating. I mean, he took a dive off the top. I think it was Naomi for the women who took a dive off the top of the women. Did she not?
Remember.
Top one of the pods onto somebody. Liv Morgan had a good showing in that.
And there was a match that I did not know about until I found out the day before.
We all didn't really know about.
Which was on the pre-show.
Yep.
The women's tag titles, the Kabuki Warriors of Kairi Sane and Asuka against Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae, and the Kabuki Warriors won.
But that wasn't a bad match. That was a little bit disappointing. They could let that match go maybe a little bit longer than they did. But they've been a good show, and good to see Indy Hartwell got something in their own hometown.
There's two wrestled in their hometown.
I think you mentioned about that too, how Bronson Reed was supposed to go to Elimination Chamber, but his wife had a baby. So he actually didn't even make the show. That's his home area too. Bronson Reed is from Australia. Excuse me. Well, thank you very much for the Elimination Chamber update there. Everything's looking good that way. Now, on to what we have for WrestleMania. I just mentioned one of the matches that could be. I don't think it's actually been officially signed yet. Is LA Knight against AJ Styles. I can fence that definitely being a match. And before we even get into the WrestleMania matches, they've already mentioned a couple people for the Hall of Fame.
Well, I know one they announced on TV.
Yes, and they announced another one on the internet too.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I forgot.
Bull Nakano, the very female wrestler from Japan, Bull Nakano. That's one of them, and of course the one they mentioned on TV was the founder of the ECW, manager.
Currently the mouthpiece of Roman Reigns.
Yeah, the wise man.
We'll get to that afterwards.
The advocate of what's his name there? Can we say his name still? Because he's been
advocate. That's the word that Steve was.
The advocate
for Lesnar.
Yes,
he was also the advocate for CM Punk too.
Yes, he was. But him and Bull Nakano have mentioned. They've mentioned two thoughts of it, and it's been dabbled out there of Haku going into the Hall of Fame this year. Again, another man I think is well deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. Haku should be in the Hall of Fame. Sounds like we're keeping you awake, Joe?
No.
He's bored today. I don't know. Try to keep him. We don't want you snoring here on set.
What?
Let's go into our matches.
Oh.
We have for possible matches for WrestleMania. We'll give our predictions.
The 40th WrestleMania.
Yes. Can you believe for 40 years or 40 things these things already happened?
It started in 1985. I was only 14 years old when the first one started. They first started it.
I was 19.
85. I turned 15 later that year.
85. Yeah, no, 85. I was 19. I was born in '66, so.
Okay, first off, we got the WWE Universal title, Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes. 2.
I've read somewhere that there may be a twist involved in this. It's been thought of, they're promoting it, they're talking about on the internet that Cody Rhodes may be getting some help. His brother, Dustin Runnels, might get involved. They'll come out for that match. It's not in concrete because he's still in the contract at AEW, but I've heard rumors that WWE may use him for just that match. They'll go into our next match, I'm sure. They haven't really announced it yet, but again, that should be when that's going to happen.
I really know what's
with Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins against The Rock and Roman Reigns of the Saturday on the first night of WrestleMania. And if they win, then the Bloodline's barred from ringside. But if Cody and Seth Rollins lose, then it's going to be Bloodline rules, which means anything goes, pretty much. That's what I think.
And then Cody will have backup.
Yep, I think Cody Rhodes is going to be... Cody Rhodes, I think, and Seth Rollins, I think, lose that match somehow, the first one. I could see something happen, someone get involved, most likely solo.
Let's see, the SmackDown Women's title, Io Sky versus Bayley.
That could be a good match. I think Bayley, they're going to take a title off Io Sky. I think they put it on Bayley. That's my pick for that. I just think that's what's going to happen. It'd be a good way. It'd be a good closure to this whole thing with what's been going on with them. Like, why do I keep forgetting the name of their faction?
Damage Control.
Damage Control. I mean, what's her name? Just
turned on
Bayley.
I didn't trust her at all. I saw something coming. Next one is the Raw Women's title, Rhea Ripley against the Man, Becky Lynch.
That could be a really, really good match. They let it go. That could actually steal that night's wrestling. That's most likely going to be on Sunday, I'm thinking. Or that could be the main event on Saturday. Unless the Cody Rhodes Seth Rollins match will be the main event on Saturday night. But who's going to win that? I'm going to shock you here and go against what you would think too. I think Rhea Ripley keeps her title. Rhea's getting a pretty good push right now. She's not really a fan favorite, but people are cheering her a lot. They're appreciating what she's doing. I think Rhea keeps her title. That's again, I show my opinions out there, folks, and I use my years of experience or what have you. I think Rhea wins that match. I really do. I don't think Becky is going to win the title back. Not then, anyway.
The Raw World title, Seth Rollins against Drew McIntyre.
That could be interesting because Seth should win the match because I don't think Drew's going to be under contract. I think Drew's contract ends the end of April unless they re-sign Drew McIntyre. That's the only thing as a stipulation I could see in that. I think Seth wins the match because I don't think they're going to. If they're going to keep Drew, if Drew wins the match, they're going to keep him. They have to sign him as a continuing wrestler. You can't have him retire or leave holding the title. And somehow I think CM Punk gets involved in that match. I don't know how. Somehow. I mean, I could see it happening. Because Drew's really been riding CM Punk. twists and turns, keeping everything interesting. Well, in the world of sports, I know I just attended some matches over at RWA over at the Our Lady of the Rosary in Providence a couple Sundays ago. Really, really good time. Excellent matching. Excellent card, as usual. They had their Royal Rumble match, and it was run by the Mind Eraser, Mike Graza. Really good wrestling. I think RWA has got a match coming up in Riverside. I believe it's the 26th, but don't hold me to the date. It's either 25th or 26th of this month. I did not get my information this week. I actually forgot it at home. But go on the internet again, look for RWA Wrestling. Just type it in, rwawrestling.com. You'll come up, or go to T-Phoenix, T-E-E Phoenix. And I'll click on his webpage, you can get on it and look through it. I'm sure he's information on RWA events that are coming up. NCW, I'm sure, has an event coming up, I know. Sometime, I think it's the middle of April, NCCW has got matches. They've already announced this is going to be the first one of the year. Late starts for them. I guess they missed one of their matches. I don't know why. They scrapped one of the ones for March. Is going to Bridgewater. Go on New England World Extreme Wrestling, and I'll go on James Allen's page, and you get information on that information for independent show. NCW, John Casey's promotion out of Dedham has got something coming up. They have something coming up, I think soon. I think it's in a couple of weeks. But don't hold me to the date. It might be sooner than that. Again, because I forgot my information at home. I wrote it all down and I left the paper there. Days today.
Alzheimer's?
Yeah, probably. Beginning of it. Yeah, I am getting older. Not getting any younger over here. Well, another thing we could talk about, Joe, for a couple minutes. I know you don't watch sports or follow too much of the other sports, but like the Patriots draft coming up. Do you think the Patriots are going to draft a quarterback? I hope they go after the kid from LSU. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank. I don't know why. Jaden Daniels? He could be the new name. And there's also rumors that they may be going after Baker Mayfield. Now, I'd like to see him either go after Baker Mayfield or Russell Wilson, who's being released by Denver, to come in for a couple seasons and work with this new rookie quarterback. I'd love to see Russell Wilson in the Patriots uniform. I think he'd be a good fit for the team. He's a rugged guy, veteran. They're floating names out of Jacoby Brissett, who's already been here, and Kirk Cousins, who's got everyone's thinking about getting him. We're keeping Joe awake over here. Joe over here yawning. Didn't you? Time to wake up about 3 today, 3:30?
No.
No? That's probably why you didn't sleep enough, eh? Baseball, some bad news for the Red Sox. The new starting pitcher they just got, who's supposed to be one of the aces of the staff, has got an elbow injury. He may be out for the season. I heard, again, rumors I read on my phone, on the internet. Rich Hill wants to come back at 40. I think he's 46. Be his fourth stint with the team. They need a starting pitcher. They should be going out. I don't know why we're not going out and getting Jordan Montgomery. I think they're waiting for his price to come down a little bit more and number of seasons he wants. His wife, I guess, works local. But the Red Sox don't really impress me right now. They didn't really get that smash. We traded away one of our better pitchers, and this guy, Gallardo, was supposed to replace him, and he got hurt. We traded away Chris Sale. I don't know why they did that, and Grisham, who we basically got from Atlanta for Chris Sale, is hurt. He'll be okay, he said, in a couple of weeks, but he's hurt right now. Not sure if he's going to make opening day. The Celtics are coming off a winning streak. They just lost a game the other day. They're playing phenomenal. I keep an eye on them to win the championship. They're one of the best teams in basketball, if not the best team right now playing as an organization. They're playing excellent basketball. A little lapse the other day against Cleveland. The Red Sox, Patriots, like I said, the Patriots have talked about getting different players and fixtures, but you have a whole new team coming in, a whole new management staff. I think they're going to trade Mac Jones. They might trade him away some kind of a draft pick. He'd be a good backup quarterback for some team. I don't know where. But the Patriots draft is coming up. The combine just happened. I know that for football. A couple of wrestlers, I guess, went to that. Old wrestlers went to that. Apollo Crews, I guess, went down for. I don't know how good he did or why he even going down there. I didn't know he wrestled with WWE when he wrestled the other day. I haven't seen him for months.
Yeah.
He got beat by Andrade. There's rumors spreading that Andrade may be going into Judgment Day, replacing J.D. McDonough. Now that the whole R-Truth scenario has kind of died down because Elimination Chamber, we haven't seen R-Truth for a few weeks. And like I said in the beginning of our show, we had Super Tuesday elections this past Tuesday. Of course, President Biden took the Democratic vote, and ex-President Donald Trump took the vote on the Republican side. I did vote. I won't tell you who I voted for. Trump. And
I heard that.
yeah, I said it softly. That's gonna be a brawl back and forth. That's gonna be a good contest, a good runoff for president. It's gonna be a close presidential race this year. Coming as president, one president's gonna be what? If he comes in, he'd be 81. I think already due. Biden. I think Donald's 78, close to that. So we're gonna have an older president. Either way, I know Mickey Haley dropped out of the race. Wow, can't believe this. It's already been almost our time. We have another few seconds there of our show. Anything come to mind, Joe? You want to say about wrestling or any special?
No.
Not really. I don't know what we have, man, but he means well. He has great lists. I'll give him that. Now, let's do some Chris Jericho. Don't drop your glasses. I want them to see. Anyway, I'd like to thank Double ACS for having us, our director for directing our show. All you viewers out there who continue to watch our show and enjoy it. If you have any, again, go on these independentwrestling.com. Go onto your websites on your computer and find out. All our Irish folks out there, have a happy and safe St. Patrick's Day. Beware the Ides of March, you.
What am I, Julius Caesar?
Yes. Thank you all for watching. Take care. God bless.